Mark Halverson, Accenture recently came out with a survey about people's retirement worries. Tell me, how worried are they?
Actually, we found that there's a significant concern about people outliving their money. So their risk and individual need to get advice, fill an advice gap, so as to avoid that risk of outliving their money is quite high. 82% of the population that we surveyed in 15 countries view themselves to be at risk as it relates to their retirement.
And what are they asking their advisors? How can their advisors help them at this juncture?
That's actually one of the really unique insights that we found out of the survey. First, people are actually willing to act, much different than perhaps fundamentally has been the case over the course of time. And the other thing we found is that people don't know where to go to get advice. And that is a bit of a shock, I think, for most of the financial services community who would seek to serve this marketplace.
Are people expecting the government to help them? Are they counting on Social Security to be there to bail them out? The government does bailouts,
Well, certainly from the study perspective, we were looking at the individual's view of what their risk was. Clearly, they would have tried to balance in what their expectation was globally for the support from the governments. We don't have any specific information on Social Security in their view, but clearly there's a concern that people really need to start to focus on advice and filling that gap.
Now, Accenture is an international firm. Were there international differences when it came to people and their retirement worries?
Yeah, there truly were. So if you look at a lot of the, there's different countries that have very specific demographics. So if you look at something like Japan or Korea, they're aging faster than many of the other countries around the globe. And frankly, they have a savings rate that's much higher than most, but they're still very concerned, higher than most, frankly, in terms of the risk of outliving their money. So we thought that was quite unique. And in places like Russia and Brazil, you also see a significant concern.
So what were your biggest surprises from the survey? What really shocked you?
Yeah, the shocking thing to me was that, one, people understood and internalized that this is their problem to solve. So that's something that perhaps hasn't been readily understood before. Second, that they're truly willing to act and that now they would be prepared to invest upwards of 10 to 20% of their income in order to address that pension gap, as it were. And third, they don't know where to go. I mean, there's an entire industry focused around this advice concept. And the fact that a very high percentage of folks don't know where to go to get that advice is a little bit concerning. And we really think there's an opportunity there for the advisory community to step in.